Hey guys, Arnfist Plays here, and today I am sort of playing a game, sort of talking about a controversial topic. So, I've heard this has been a thing, but I never actually acknowledged it because I love this server. Apparently Mineplex is supposedly dying, if not dead in some people's eyes. I actually have to disagree with it. So, now there are some things that do make it seem like Mineplex, yes, is going down the drain very quickly, such as the fact of there being less players on the server than there were like 2 years ago. There were like 10,000, now there are only 6,000. Another thing is some games are just major flops, such as, this is just an opinion, such as Heroes of Gem Hunters, I'm just gonna say, or the Weekly Brawl. It's just, they tried hard, but eventually you need to do things that appeal to others. So my Hypixel, I believe, is like one of the most popular Minecraft servers out there, and the reason I think so is because, one, high player count, two, YouTubers, three, they have so many fun games that are always new and creative. Zombies, Bed Wars, and Murder Mystery, of which all I've done. And they keep coming out with things that'll interest people once the new topic gets old and stale. See, Mineplex, I believe, is on the verge of giving up. So what I mean by giving up is, how do I put this? They haven't really started taking the time to make things new, fresh, and innovative again. They're open for anything because eventually it's just so hard for them to keep going and keep making things that interest people when people aren't interested in the first place. It's almost as if there is no hope for a server that barely has any people. And if you notice, many YouTubers don't play on this server anymore, which also drops ratings because if you think about it, YouTubers, if they're famous enough, and kids will want to play with more YouTubers because then they can say, I played with so and so, like I played with Preston or something. By the way, this video is not clickbait. This video is not clickbait. So next up is so I talked about games and players. Next up is gems and current appeal and ranking. So it's like the I can't remember the Sky Wars thing that I don't remember the name of the server, but it was where you had to build a base, and it was sort of like your private faction, where it's a one-player faction. The name will come to me. But the problem with that is you had to spend so much on a rank. Now, you see, I am an Eternal, but that's different. So I bought it during a sale. But the ranks are so expensive that not many people can afford or want to afford, whereas Hypixel, you can spend about like $15 just to be a VIP and get all the things. It's so simple. And then you also have servers that only have like 1 or 2 games, but then those 1 or 2 games get people super hooked, such as the hide and seek on the Hive server. Like, that's probably their most popular game, and that's probably almost all people, including me, play, just because of how fun and how simple it is. Next up, next, Mineplex is trying way too hard to make something that hopefully will give appeal to their games. So, I'm talking about, see, I play clans. I do a lot of clans. Like, I am really, really good. Well, it's hard to get legendaries, as I have said, but they all have so many things that are so hard to get without spending a few bucks out of your own pocket. They make it seem like they're running low. I mean, sure, you need money to do everything, but it's just, you never know. I mean, when people post their Mineplex is dying videos, mostly it's because they don't agree, or they think Mineplex is dying in their own opinion. Now, in my opinion, I think Mineplex is somewhat losing popularity, but it's going to be fine eventually. I'm betting they'll come out with a new game that'll bring back people and will just start being amazing. Like famous YouTubers such as Sky or Bogdan. I'm just saying names. I used to watch Team Crafted. They used to play on this server, and they got a bunch of people to play with them. And when they quit, then people started to give up. And I'm going back to the YouTuber theme, it's all depending on viewers. It's like viewer discretion advised and crap. Next up is my last thing for the video. It's the currency / hackers. So with hackers, you constantly see people who are just like spamming cheats, not like in mod games. Like the mods are fine, but Gwen isn't doing that good of a job to get them. So like Gwen gets someone like every, I believe, like 10 minutes or something. But it's just hard because you never know when Gwen is just going to ban you for some reason, even though you did nothing. Like I was once kicked from the server because the double jump thing wasn't working. And since there are almost no Mineplex operators on to judge that, then it's incredibly hard to, tell whether Gwen is actually doing her job. Now, Gwen does get people, I know, but then there are people on, like, I'm gonna name a couple servers, like Tiger Fist, Tiger Games, and High Pickle, that ban people regularly. Like, you rarely see hackers. I mean, given I rarely see hackers too, but, oh, come on. It's still just kind of, it's annoying that people, in the end, cannot actually help and they just hack. So, if only we could get some way to stop the hackers. Next up is gems and shards. Shards are easy to come by and annoying. Like, if you could convert shards to gems and gems to shards, that would be amazing. But you see, the problem is, you can't really... It's hard. Like, look how many players we're at after a game. People lose appeal if something happens. But with the gems and such, as you see, I'm at 8,000 because I spent 5,000 on Wither Assault. Maybe you should make gems more easy to come across. So, like, if you try hard, or I know there are things, if you get First Blood, you get like 12 plus gems on certain games. But really, think about it. You, most of the time, if you play on the server, most of the time, spend everything you got on something quick. Like, Clans has found a way to get you to spend all your gems, and I did that once and it made me sad. But, and they also replaced games with new games, so they replaced Wither Assault with, I believe, Gladiators. And they replaced the more popular games with new ones to see if people would like them. But then when people want the old ones, the Mineplex admins are either not listening, not caring, or trying to do something else while the new popular game comes back. Like, I'm still pretty ticked that the only way to play Wither Assault is through Mixed Arcade. So, this game, yes, is not dying, but in the end, it's not gaining popularity. It's just there. It's like you can't do anything to save something. Maybe if they came out with like a new Rebuttal or something to make the server great again. Sorry, screw the Donald Trump references. Anyways, that's where I'm going to end this. Mineplex, it all matters in your opinion. It's dying in your opinion, it's not dying in your opinion. All I know is join me, play with me, and I swear we can make things happen. Alright, bye.